And hello, all you folks out there, YouTube land. Mother the Crocker Squirrels here with the Snark Patrol. Say hello, Snark Patrol.
Hello, Snark Patrol.
Greetings and salutations, Snark Patrol.
I quote the great philosopher George W. Custer. Ow!
It sounded a little too loud for you there, Thomas? All right. So, a whole lot of fun today. Some of the bigger news stories from the last few days. Mr. Cuomo, Mr. Andrew Cuomo, poor baby. He was informed that they had enough votes to kick him out, so he gave up. I was kind of hoping he'd go for the gold, and then get tossed off the podium. I think that would have been funny. I think that would be funny. So, and just to add insult to injury, the sheriff's office there in Albany has decided that they're going to continue the investigation into all of those into all of the sexual assault allegations that have come down, which would readily translate into an arrest. So no, Mr. Cuomo, you are not getting out of that shit. You're not going to get away with that. The tossing people in nursing homes, he could, from what I'm hearing, he could claim sovereign immunity for because he was acting in a criminal manner in his role as governor. Such an offense would be impeachable, but since he was the governor at the time, they might not be able to actually charge him for it. Which is fine. As far as I'm concerned, gone is gone. You've been grifting on that office long enough there, Mr. Cuomo. Now, note these creatures here on your screen. The New York Post, Andrew Cuomo roasted by late-night TV hosts after resignation. Tribe.al. And then unpronounceable garbage. So, and this guy here, Oliver Jha. I think, yep, that would be the way that would be pronounced if you're going to go with the katakana up there. Some brave them to do this now instead of last year when it wasn't politically expedient to point out how Cuomo shoved the elderly into nursing homes where they died of the coof. Because fuck those people, that's why. They cost too much, right? Am I right? Yeah, that's definitely a Cuomo. That's definitely a Cuomo-tude. Little did he remember that the keys to the old folks' home, that somebody's been dangling them over his head for a few years. The man's in his 60s. As he himself noted when he was whilst denying that he did any of those things. Okay? You don't kiss staffers on the lips. You just don't do that. There's rules. You want to do the kiss of death, one on each side, then, maybe if they're okay with it. But you don't go for the middle, dude. Just rude. I am waiting for Bill de Blasio to be replaced. And maybe, just maybe, New York will return to something resembling sanity. I'm not going to say that sanity will return to New York because that's, I don't think, a thing that has ever happened. But maybe it'll get a little better. So doing that.
Meanwhile,
and then Opalina speaks. But he's a demon crap and brother to a CNN host. So doing that to the elderly is just fine, except that Chris, rather than defend his brother on CNN, threw him under the fucking bus.
But you see, it wasn't for doing it to the elderly. It was touching a woman's breast.
Never mind that he overrode in one case a restriction on people qualifying for Mr. Cuomo's personal guard. She'd only been on the job 2 or 3 years, and you have to have a minimum of 5. Yeah, he overrode that. And then she turned into one of his victims. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss that. That's a thing.
Well, don't forget the letter he almost sent out to try and discredit one of the victims.
Yeah, that was a thing. Oh no, I wouldn't do something like that. Yes, you would, you little rat bastard. We already knew this. Okay, what was the other one I was looking at? Oh, that's right. The Republicans in the Senate in Texas have issued arrest warrants because the Democrats don't want to come back to work.
Oh?
Yep. They a fair number of them are staying away at this point, so that they cannot establish a quorum to continue business. There's a second 30-day special session on right now that's in danger of expiring at the cost to the taxpayers of Texas, because the Democrats don't want to come back and be forced into existing while voting rules are returned to not quite as bad as they were made in prior to the election in 2020. Well, there's no evidence whatsoever that any fraud took place. Yeah, but do you lock the door before or after you get burgled?
If you're fortunate enough, during.
Yep. Doors have locks for a reason. They keep the honest man honest. Actually, all locks exist to keep the honest man honest, because if the dishonest man is going to try and find a way around them anyway. That's not the issue, however. Do you install fire suppression equipment before or after the house catches on fire? Fire!
Now that's a burn.
Ow! Okay, someone at this very moment is digging for the burn heel. They won't find any because I gave it all to my kid yesterday. Because
what happened?
He said something silly and got snarked at.
I thought that was me.
Huh?
No. Well, I didn't know you called squirrel Papa.
Okay, fuck you. Just for that, fuck you.
Hey. Chill. Opal, stop
fighting in the war room.
Stop pushing the tornado's buttons before he finds the nearest trailer park. Okay? Chill. I'm sorry, Tornado. I could not help myself.
Same here.
No, it's not you it's not me you have to worry about. It's the Momnado.
Oh, the Momnado, I think, would probably have giggled at that one. But that's okay. Moving right along. We had one more news story, and now I've spaced on it. What the hell was it? It was something I had on... Did I tell you? I told you guys about one of those for yesterday, during the meeting yesterday. What was it?
Oh shit! You expect me to remember? I'm senile.
I expect. No, you're not. Not yet, anyway.
If I lived in New York, I'd be dead.
Well, that's a completely. That sir, is a completely different issue.
Look at me! I died when net neutrality wasn't recertified.
Oregon shoved social graduation onto the high schools.
Yeah, that was one thing. Yeah, you get to graduate from high school even if you can't read, write, or do arithmetic. The basics of the basics. The thing that they're supposed to have spent 13 years trying to teach you, you can't do it. Well, nobody cares. You can have a diploma because you're a good boy.
But folks, remember, school choice is bad.
Oh, of course.
What?
But you see, that's Oregon. That's Oregon. We expect boneheaded shit out of Oregon. We thoroughly expect boneheaded shit out of Oregon. We should not have that issue, but we do. All right. Oh, I remember what it was. Shortly after the shooting of two cops, one of which died, Lori Lightfoot decided to turn up at the hospital in order to comfort everyone. Yeah. And they turned their backs on her. She swears up one side and down the other that the illegal guns are the source of the violence in Chicago. And fine, you can think that, but if you had been prosecuting people during this last year and change,
and giving appropriate funding,
and giving appropriate funding to the police department so they could actually keep enough people on board to actually have an effect on the violence, then maybe, just maybe, they'd like you more. Especially when you say shit like that. What the unholy fuck, woman. I have not actually
I
read
have a
it.
question.
The only person I can think of that is less self-aware than Lori Lightfoot at this time is Andrew fucking Cuomo. Even Biden, as bad as he is more self-aware than Lori Lightfoot. And that's saying something.
I have a question.
I have an answer to see if they match.
Who at the hospital said Beetlejuice 3 times?
Nope, nope, the answer doesn't match. I have no matching answer for that question. Sorry. And I don't think they were actually they're actually required to say Beetlejuice. I think they're actually required to say Lightfoot, even if they are referring to the former singer Gordon Lightfoot.
You could read my mind, Lord. What a tale my thoughts could tell.
Oh, jeez. And of course, and of course, because I am unlike most times, not the oldest person in the room. I have a member of the Snark Patrol that remembers Gordon Lightfoot.
I remember Sweet with Ballroom Blitz.
Ballroom Blitz. Yeah, I remember that one too. Of course, I tended to prefer AC/DC and Big Balls. They're talking
Those
about
things are huge. AC/DC be damned.
All right. So I think that's probably gonna about do it for us for this one, and because we have a thing, because we are back to Square-Enix and its squirrel-ups. Well, actually, believe it or not, squirrel-ups is probably too generous a term. How about cock-ups? Because chickens is stupid. Okay.
Don't tell me you have a problem with cocks now.
Only if they're
Bye-bye
big.
monetization.
This is a Sunday.
Were we ever monetized to begin with?
This is the Sunday New York Times. Wait, nope, that's wrong. We're in the wrong spot here. Oh. This is the Sunday New York Times. This is Square-Enix.
Any questions?
This is a rolled up Sunday New York Times. Any questions? Alright. Anybody
Finish the
have any
game on
questions about
drugs.
what I'm going to do with that? All right.
Bop him over the head with a rolled up newspaper weighing precisely 4.520 kilograms.
Okay,
That's
that's actually in pounds, but we don't talk about Cori Bush asking the press and the public if they want her to die. And I'm sure there are quite a few people that wouldn't miss her if she did, and a great many more that wouldn't shed a tear over it. Okay, so because Cori Bush is spending horrifying amounts of money on personal security when she's and in the same breath demanding that the police be completely defunded. Let's go with that. All right. So.
Oh, if you haven't heard that, you have to listen to her that speech she gives on that.
Let me guess, she is completely not self-aware.
Oh, you know
God,
what? If
no.
you guys want to look more into that, that particular clip has gone viral.
Yep.
And welcome to Final Fantasy II. And we have all of the fun today because we get to look at what has been commonly adjudged as the worst Final Fantasy, except Final Fantasy 13. Personally,
What's wrong with 13? Oh wait, isn't that?
That's the one with the pretty hallway.
Oh
Isn't
yeah.
there-
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't
it's
13
bad.
get nuked to make way for 14?
No.
No,
Final
they're
Fantasy
two different
14.
beasts.
There was a version of Final Fantasy 14 that got nuked to make way for Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn, but that's where that is where that actually ends.
Yeah, no, they're two different beasts.
Let me
Yeah,
just double-check a thing here.
13 was horrible. My sister got it, and it was utterly horrible. It was nothing like the previous single-player Final Fantasy games at all.
It's if you got a Final Fantasy game off Wish.
On a very,
No,
very,
that would have been
very
better.
good day. So, let's get into
Yeah.
the game here and see what we got, and see what we can come up with. Okay, here are their stock names. The thing that
I have to wait.
Now.
I have to wait for the stream to catch up.
Yes, dear, I know. It's okay. I promise it. I promise the magic stream will not bite you. Okay.
Well, I just can't see what you're talking about until then.
Well, gosh, I was going to explain it to you, but apparently you seem to think that talking is more important. And yes, Final Fantasy 13 is more or less on rails until it opens up about 35 hours in. So here is the Magic BC. We're going to see what we can do, and we need to see what we can do with it. Now, one of the things that Final Fantasy had all over its predecessor was that it actually had a story, an inbuilt story, somewhat loosely based, that gives us kind of a beat-for-beat make of A New Hope. Not unlike, I don't know, Star Wars Episode 7, which did it much more closely. Why are we whistling?
Because I could.
Please stop. Thank you. All right, so you guys should be able to see it now. What are we gonna rename these guys?
New York Times Square-Enix.
Yeah, no.
Definitely not Guy. I've seen too many characters named Guy. Hey, Guy, come over here.
I'm a good buddy guy.
This guy here is now dickbag because reasons.
Okay, how about you name him Merlin?
That guy's an idiot.
The wizard gets named Merlin.
She just there's not
The
actually,
buff guy
there is not a there is not actually a we don't have classes in this game either. Yeah, do not
Oh,
sweat.
and name guy Guido.
Let's not say we did.
I love Fredo.
Let's not say we did.
Square-Enix. At least name one of them Square-Enix.
There we go.
There we go.
Last
There we
card
go.
cheese.
That will be something different. Okay. We'll go with these for right now. We can always go back and change them again later if we want to.
I love how you named the guy Dickbag.
Well, he's actually not only is he actually missing for most of the game, he's an active enemy.
So, Dickbag.
So, dick back.
Richard Bag.
Leave us alone, Mel Brooks!
Ah, another pyromaniac.
Spoken by Mel Brooks, mind you. There's Hilda. And Scott and Gordon. And the guards. What rebels? You have to, here's the fun part. You actually have to be not a proper government. You have to be part of an earlier government before you can actually be a rebel.
When they say lost their parents, do they mean they actually died, or...
Yes.
Yep.
This is the last
Maybe
time
they
we're
just
going to
misplaced
see
them.
Leon for most of the game. And we have no capacity to hurt these things. Boop. Bunk. Die. Squick! Yes, by the way, for the record, that battle is that first battle is not winnable in any way, shape, or form.
Well, hasn't the Holy Grail taught you anything that Black Knight can never take any wound?
The Black Knight will always triumph! It's only a flesh wound. No, it's not your arms off. No, it isn't. What's that there, then? What are you gonna do? Bleed
Just
on
a
me?
flesh wound. Come back here, you yellow bastard.
You're a loony.
I'll bite your legs off! You're a loony.
Interestingly enough, I actually did that during the Jelly Bean Olympics.
I have no idea what that is, and something tells me I don't want to.
It's a speech Olympics thing.
That's when you give a speech. You speechify.
Well, it wasn't just speeches. It was various things.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us read poems. Me and a friend actually did the Arthur and the Black Knight skit and had the entire house rolling on the floor.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
We
Doing
actually
Monty
got told
Python
we-
in skit mode is almost always a good way to. All right, so our little friend Hero here is awake, and has found two of his companions, but we have no idea what the third one is. But Dickback not
Where's
here.
Dickbag? Wow.
I love the fact that you called him Dickbag.
Well, since he's going to spend a good chunk of the game trying to kill us, that qualifies, as far as I'm concerned, that qualifies
What's
as
his
a
name
huge
of
bag of
Tum
dicks. Hey, was you who said it? Thank you. Okay. Let us go. Let us join the army. No. No, she says. Yep. Mind you, the only ones that are related here are our girl with the purple hair and the dick bag.
Not to be confused with the man with golden gun. Or the man with the golden arm.
If you know our password, you should be able to live here well enough. Let me just turn this down a little bit more. There we go. Wild Rose.
Didn't this game
Is
rely heavily on dialogue?
It does, actually, and it's because it has a proper story. We also have a keyword system that you can use. Now we have control. And like the other one, we have the same thing. We have all of the same controls. And of course, the way to quit the game, other than the little X button, is exactly the same place as the last time. You can, to such a degree, they actually not only use the same engine, but similar. But the executables are similar enough to make it all work. So we have no magic. We have to learn these before we can do that. All right, let's go. Oh, no. We have one more thing to do. Ask Cloud Rose. The former kingdom of Finn. And she's given us, she's told us what we have to do to keep the game, to continue the game. The future it holds seems quite closely entwined with my own. Okay, here is the official thing to do. Heed well the information it will bring you. You could learn much of value by listening.
Also known as write shit down.
Yup. To go right along with read the fucking manual. Okay, so the guards all have the same things to say. But over here, and it took 3 or 4 playthroughs for me to realize it was even there. Here is the king. The arrow struck me in the back during the battle, leaving me in this state. He is paralyzed. And until he dies, Hilda gets to be regent. Then
I used to be a king like you. Then I took an arrow in the spine.
Yeah! That's her room. Her guards aren't here because reasons. Okay. Now here is the room we came out of, and now it's been replaced by the noob patrol, of which there are far too many. 10 noob meisters is way too many, I think.
The noob patrol.
What?
Ted Noob Gent.
Yeah, Ted Noob Gent. Yeah. All right. Can I? Oh, I can get in there. Good.
Hello, I now have sulfur.
Now, I did find the reason for the screen tearing that we're seeing, and it is that it turns out to be the movement rate. You could make it go away if you want to make some modifications.
Ah, okay, interesting.
And it's all INI files. You can make changes in the INI files to alter their, I think it's INI files. You can make changes in some places to change the movement rate, make them a little faster or a little slower, and all that shit goes away.
Oh, okay.
But you have to be careful because you can still get screen tearing for other modes of transportation, like, oh, I don't know, the airship. All right, how much cash do we have? We don't have a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised that the game programmed an unwinnable fight.
No, it was they
Well-
did that again. It's like any other game like that. There are some fights you have to lose
Yeah.
for the story to work.
Yeah.
If you somehow manage to win the fight,
Then
Well,
the
it's
game
designed so
then
you
the,
can't.
It's designed so that you can't even really hit them.
Yeah. No, it's not unique to Final Fantasy. So there's a few games that have done that where
But this
an
is
early on battle.
For the record, this is actually one of the earliest.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't get to Blizzard Tome yet because we are completely out of gil. We have none. There is no more gil. It's easy enough to fix if I really wanted to, but that would probably not end well.
Well, that's why it doesn't take place in water. That's why the story doesn't take place in water, because you have no gil.
oh, oh,
That's the
No,
issue there,
please,
Opal.
that you are also not qualified to tell dad jokes.
Almost was.
Almost. It almost doesn't quite get the job done, does it?
these fish jokes are really leaving us all out at sea.
That doesn't work nearly as well.
No.
Okay, then they're getting quite smelly.
Yeah, sometimes it's best not to pick the hornet's nest.
Now, this is your progression system. And it's not random. It's based on what's actually been done to you during a particular fight.
Oh, okay.
So if you get into a fight and shit goes sideways, that's what happened.
Huh.
You can, if you really, really, really wanted to, make your character super ultra mega badass.
Well, that would be good, except that and unlike other Final Fantasy games, this one actually takes the poison away. All right, let's go back to magic.
If you do it right, you can make your game hella broken.
I know. This Final Fantasy just didn't want to be that toxic.
A lack of toxicity in Final Fantasy games. I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's a...
And if you wish to progress, you're going to do all of the things. Because your hit points, your magic points, all that crap is all dependent on how much damage and magic points and other such things that you expend during a particular fight. And just to add insult to injury, every hit point and every magic point that you use will cost you a gil at the end.
Okay. So basically, what you're telling me is they want you to sit there and take it, and once you've done taking it, they're going to charge you for it?
Pretty much, yeah.
And you're sure feminism wasn't around during the development of this game?
So, actually, believe it or not, feminism, when this game was developed back in the late 1980s, feminism wasn't nearly what it wasn't nearly the sort of creature it is now. Oh. Now, let's see if...
What was feminism back in the late 80s? Was it just, hey, girls can be cool too?
We were actually beyond that point at that time.
Yeah.
Let's see if this will actually heal us. Nothing happens. It will not heal us. That is not good. Cure to Maya. fire also to Maya. And you can only learn so many spells anyway. So she just got turned into a mage.
Ah.
With the bow in the back.
Ah, our misogynist leader, always putting the women in the back. We love you, Squirrel.
Of course you do. Lion frickin' dragon. Alright. Time to go get into some more trouble. They
You're
are
being attacked by penguins.
I think they were actually trying for the anti-grind thing when they put this together. I will say now that it did not work. Because it actually made the game more grindy. Ooh, goblins.
Are you telling me they were trying to do the Rice Krispie thingy? They tried to design the game so the kids wouldn't grind?
I don't get it.
Maybe ask your mom what Rice Krispies was originally developed for.
Though I heard they were going to be updating it, now it's Snap, Crackhead, and Pop Off.
What were they designed for originally?
Ask your mom.
Yeah, ask your mom.
Well, Rice
This is
Krispies,
not a
obviously.
topic we're going into on a live stream.
Yo.
And just that alone tells me it was not very kid-friendly.
No.
Die, you piece of shit. You're no good. We need less of that shit. But you also don't get bonus. You also don't get updates every battle. This one we might get one.
Oh look, it's Sargon's fan base according to Lindsay Ellis.
What? Oh, that was a thing that should not be. He shouldn't have been able to do that much damage to himself.
Who, Sargon?
No, Derpy.
No, the character.
He just killed himself. He
Derpy.
killed himself outright. Hero picked up some strength. More hit points for Maya.
How did he kill?
He self Minecrafted. You gotta watch the language because of YouTube.
It was a self termination process.
Yeah,
He self canceled.
that's why they call it Minecrafting. At least until YouTube catches on to the term Minecrafting.
Every time you use something, it gets you gain some skill with it.
I mean, I do kind of like that idea of that when you use stuff, you strengthen it. But I also like it. I like actually getting experience points too. I much prefer a system where, depending on what you did during your between levels, determines where the vast majority of the strength goes. You know.
Oh, more MP for Maya. Good. A bit more magic, some intellect. Cool.
And you're still dragging around dead weight there, I see.
Of course I am. I have to go back to town to get it fixed. I hope like hell I don't get anything big.
And just like Gawker, you're gonna bring him back to life at some point.
What was up with that? Gawker was dead. Was doornail level dead, and now not.
Yeah, I know.
Dead and buried, and suddenly not so much. More magic points for Maya, yay. Except, of course, now it's going to cost more. Alright. I need to make sure we heal those up before shit goes sideways again. And this should bring Derpy back to life, because he's a Derposaur. He attacked himself with his... He attacked himself.
Wow, that just says you,
And then
you
rather
named him
than
wrong.
doing the about
should have
20
been named
points of
Gawker.
damage I expected him to do, he exceeded his own hit point count.
Wow.
By a fair margin, I might add.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. That won't be... Oh, wow. You need more magic.
Here I
points
thought
here.
Great Alaska was the king of stuff immolation.
I know, right? He kicked his own ass. It was actually... this thing was almost funny. That's not so bad. 20 gil. Most of it going to Maya's magic points.
Oh, like, can't you heal here? Why did you waste a potion on him then?
Because it saved me another... Because it saved me another 54 quid.
Oh, you have to pay per hit. Oh.
I said this just a little while ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did, yeah. Oh, damn. God damn.
Just a tiny bit ago, I said exactly that thing. These are called leg eaters, but they're weak to fire. Fire, fire.
Oh, as long as you... as long as you have a leg up on them.
And of course she does the really
Anyway.
good hit right there. Oh, I see why.
Be right back.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna end up taking off here in a bit because I got a D&D session coming up in a few hours, so I want to be rested for that.
Well, remember, of course, there's that there is the implied threat of a D&D game that we were looking at doing.
Oh,
Yup,
today?
not today, but we want to do some planning for one. If I can get all four of you in, we should be doing pretty good, including the one that remains completely silent. Hey, what the fuck is this running away shit? You're not allowed to do that. Rude.
He's French.
Yeah, that would explain a lot.
I don't have to take this. I'm rich.
Now that's when you hand him the white tablecloth. That is an inn. This is an item shop. I do like the mini map here. Tells you where things are. That's actually a place to get your people resurrected. Yes, that's right. That is our first reference to the Dreadnought, which is a thing that the Empire is building to obliterate everyone else with. Let's see if I've got enough for an upgraded blade. Nope. Nope, nope. Oh, well, that's no good. Can't have that. These are the original weapons of the four little heroes. Three suits of leather armor, only two of which are equipped. Okay. Optimal. There we go. And to a large degree, it's actually helpful not to upgrade your equipment right away. Kind of screwed up, if you ask me.
Anyway. Yes, I'd be willing to do some Dungeons and Dragons if you ever get around to that.
We're still kind of having a debate on what edition, so.
Okay. Take it off so I can get ready for that.
Well,
by sleeping.
Just be aware that the one that plays the fastest is actually fourth. It's also designed for a group of 4, as opposed to some others.
Night night.
Night night. All right. So we now no longer have tornadoes. Does that represent a sea? Does that represent a sea change in the weather? Some people laugh, and the others need an explanation. More hit points for Maya. Interesting that it doesn't actually total up the number of gillets you made. Alright. Now going into Finn at this point, which is where we have arrived, is a dangerous thought. Is a very dangerous sort of thought. But we have to do a thing. If anybody really wants to have a look at this, try Final Fantasy II in a nutshell. She's getting better at this bow thing. I need you to switch your weapon. Ooh, nice fat bonus there. There was another thing that actually in the original version I haven't seen yet, and that was that you could lose points, not just gain them. The more beatdowns you deliver, the more likely you are to wind up in some issues.
Okay, that sucks.
Do not
see
speak to these guys wandering around. You will hate your life. And yes, this is a combat zone.
Oh, Jesus.
Maya is not supposed
Not
to.
only do they got creatures going after your legs, but they got creatures that are also going to stick it to you.
Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that? You're a creature? Die. 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 Die in all the fires.
Yep. Fire solves all problems.
Wow, when our hero, appropriately named hero, misses, you have issues. And he gets more hit points. What's up with that? Oh, so did the other one. Probably because they were poisoned. Do not talk to these people. You might live to regret it. And we've been bush-hammed. By spiky bushes. Later on, we should have access to ether, and that will make this a lot less expensive. Defend, magic, cure you, and then defend. Having full hit points is and now cure is more expensive. Because fucking reasons, that's why. Alright.
Wow.
How now, brown cow? Because we have to get there. Those things are kind of thin on the ground hit point wise. 7 hit points apiece. Does that make them extremely piddly? At least that's the way it seems to me. Yes, it does. They have a sub 10 hit point count. That's not good. And Derpy is now stronger. And that is not the way we're supposed to do that. By the way, do not talk to those things. You won't survive to regret it. Because that is actually made up of the type of creatures that existed before, that beat our asses beforehand. Wow, that's not nearly as effective. And she's just about out of MP, which is most decidedly not a good thing. Let's see if we can get the other ones poisoned. Fire and bow both leveled up. That is very bad on a number of levels. Because now it is officially more expensive to cast those spells.
Somebody say hi.
So our friend Derpy here is slow. Very, very slow.
How slow is he?
Hey, slow enough he can talk to animals.
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Snackos.
But you can only have X number of spells, and then you have to start forgetting them. Potion.
Ooh, treasure chest.
Potion. Potion. Perfect.
The thing every guy likes, chests.
Most adventurers too.
Mm-hmm.
At least have the decency to kill me first. Ask Wild Rose. A Prince of Kashan. There are 2 such. Oh, the betrayal of Finn. That's not good.
That'd be a great name for a Sharknado movie.
I know, right? Ooh, a ring. And then he falls flat on his face and dies. I want to. I'm gonna go night night now, but you know we're okay. We're okay. I'll be fine. Nope, I won't. Sorry, I lied. It's empty. Ooh. Actually, it was a thing that they did in Trails of Cold Steel that I thought was fun. Or not Trails of Cold Steel. Trails in the Sky and its sequels. If you looked into a chest that you had already emptied, it would give you some sort of snarky comment. There was some gorgeous snark in there, I'm telling you. All right.
Does he have rainbow hair?
What? No,
Does
that's
he have rainbow hair?
actually a thing he's wearing on his head.
So it's a rainbow wig.
No, it's a bandana type of some sort. But it is rainbow colored. There we go. That's better. She's way cuter. Okay. I have no idea where that came from, by the way. It wasn't present when they in the original game. It was an add-on for, I believe it was an add-on for later. Of something they added in rather than... Fire 2. More damage! Not really, actually. It's kind of interesting. More than enough damage for anything we could be doing around here. And more magic points. Yay! But the closer you get to your... The closer you get to 0, the more likely it is that you're going to get... on any resource, the more likely it is to increase. Which is, yeah, not brilliant. I think they actually made it more easier to do this time. At least that's what it seems like to me. We're progressing much more quickly than normal. Because I played the original game and it was just horrible for that. Derpy got some more strength. Gatreya! Gatreya. Okay, let's do this. Okay, she is now out of magic points. By the way, if you're using Cure outside of battle, it doesn't count towards improving the character.
Oh, ouch.
And all of the all of the money it just cost us was for her magic points. Because they were all completely healed up. 36 gil, 36 magic points. All of it.
Hopefully she's worth it.
Well, she's proven fairly useful so far.
Yeah. The guys did something similar, but I think I like their system better because the more money you spent, the more rewards you got. It was actually an encouragement to there's an actual encouragement system to spend money on healing your characters.
Yeah, well, this is actually, honestly, this is a thing that probably the story for this game is actually pretty good. The progression system is what killed it in a lot of people's minds. And the thing is, it sold 800,000 copies in Japan when it released originally, and was universally praised. Later on, they said, "Yeah, maybe this wasn't such a good idea." And it really was not, because the leveling system's a hot mess. Ooh, Maya's got to level 3 bow. And Derpy got nothing. Ha! Was it because too stupid or because shit just didn't go right? There we go. That takes care of that.
He screwed him in the drive-thru.
You're gonna fuck you with a drive-thru every time. We'll let these guys run like this for a little bit. Now the reason I'm doing it this way, I'm just setting them to defend. And then letting the auto run. Is because that's actually with just one monster left on the scene. Is because really taking damage. Is because taking damage will improve hit point numbers. You get one there that'll just sit there and do damage, and you can keep that going indefinitely.
I was gonna say I'm surprised you don't heal and do something similar except heal in battle.
Which I've been doing actually.
Oh, okay. I see you doing a lot of heals outside of battle, so.
Probably because getting into another battle with in that condition would create more problems than it solves. And although raising characters now is not is effectively free, let's go talk to Gordon over here first. It's not free later. Yes, he really said all those things about you, Gordon. Unfortunately, you're going to keep lurking around here for a little while longer. Now she's gonna let us. Now she's gonna let us join up with the rebel army. What? Learn Dimithril. No, we weren't. Ooh, a mission. Achievement unlocked. Password Wild Rose. I don't know why it's unlocking now. Take my canoe and let us be on our way. So we have our first vehicle. And our first number 4 party member. This guy's got a shit ton of white spells, by the way. And he makes us look, and he makes, on top of that, he makes us all look like pusses. Okay.
Wow. Wow, does he got the magic.
He has all the white, including that teleport spell, which will come in very handy later.
Are you trying to accuse him of white power?
You know, you made that joke last time too, and it still falls kind of flat. So Catherday, I think on Catherday we're going to go with Final Fantasy 3. What do you guys say?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Since we have it, we might as well. Since we haven't, we've done the first two. We might as well get the last one out of the way before we go nuts on some of the other stuff. We actually have some. Where do you go? The weapon shop is over there, so let's go there real quick.
Yeah, I have to say the pixel touch up they've done is quite nice. So
it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the best armed blacksmith in the Rebel Army. Ooh, stick! We like stick. You've got one of those.
Well, Shadowversity will have no argument there. Better than nunchucks.
I know, right? What's up with that? Kniff. I'm going to give her a stick, because stick. Okay, well, actually, probably not. Clothes, leather gloves. One of them. Did I buy a javelin? I didn't buy a javelin. I should get a javelin. That that and a ton of potion. Because where we're going, yeah. That's going to get entertaining in a hurry. So one of each of the currently available weapons. And it's time to buy a copy of Blizzard.
You really want to go down that dumpster fire, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they got a complete record of it here.
I know, right? What's up with that? Okay. Items. Sort. Items. There we go. Use the Blizzard tome so that she has that
Trust
available
me.
to her.
Trust me, the Blizzard tome's going to be a hell of a lot hotter than the Fire tome.
I know, right? What's up with that?
Oh, I couldn't resist.
Actually, I probably should get another copy of. Should get another copy of Blizzard. And then later on, we have to diverge them into. We will have to diverge them into white and black, and there's some time spells and shit too. Because you can only have so many.
So you do have a phone, and are supporting segregation.
You lie like all the rugs. Okay.
Well, you separate them into white and black.
Wow, Opal. Just wow. All right. Where is this port town? I think it's actually north. Or something. It's bad when the white mage down there, complete with his freaking turban and face mask, can kick the crap out of all the things. Like, I don't care anymore.
Of course, you have to remember that he gave Blizzard to a purple-haired woman because patriarchy.
Wow, dude. Cannot use the ship. No, we're not gonna do that just yet. We're gonna let's explore this town here called Poft or Palm. How about you fuck right off? Oh, that's cold. Good girl, Maya. A mace. Ooh, maces. Maces are fun. Okay. And we are now short on cash, which is fine. We can go get some more if we want to. A mace.
And we can dance. If we want to.
You can dance if you want to. Oh. Okay then.
What?
Let's give you a shield. Because fucking reasons, that's why. Give you a javelin to go with that.
They got dual wielding, huh?
Yep, you can dual wield in this game, unlike the last game. Oh, we've got some fun stuff. Oh, you've got a Copper Curious. I have to fix that because I don't think I should let you have the good shit. And we spent enough. I spent enough money on spells that we are going to have
Nationwide.
issues with some of the other stuff. This is Paloom. Paloom. We can get aboard and watch the vertical screen tearing while we move off to our next abomination.
Let's see how bad it is.
Ooh. Let's see. What do we got? Who are you?
Yeah.
Ooh, learn airship.
Oh, already? That's quick.
Well, no, this is just talk of an airship.
Ah, okay.
Wow, I can go to Altair for 700. 500 to Katrea. Wow, no, we're not going there. We have to go north anyway, so like it. I don't have 100 gil, and even if I did, I wouldn't do that. Because to get the 100 gil, I have to go there anyway. And we can walk and make that kind of, and we can walk and make the sort of money they're talking about.
Ah.
Let's see what's for sale here. Blink protected shell. Oh, wow. That's good. We like that thought.
Ooh, shell.
Blink
No, I'm
protected
thinking
shell.
of wall.
Yeah,
I always
wall
liked
is different.
in the,
And actually,
yeah, wall. Where is it?
actually,
In
shell
4,
here is the equivalent of wall.
yeah.
Magic defense is
I-
shell,
I
and
rem-
protect is, yeah.
Yeah, I remember in Final Fantasy IV, there was a battle where it was advantageous to get everybody with wall on them, and then you cast spells on yourself. 'Cause it was the
That's
only
right.
way to hit the
It's
enemy.
Reflect. That and at that point, wall was the equivalent of reflect.
Yeah.
No gil? Fuck you. But we got some antidote. Antidote is good. We like having antidote.
Yep.
Ah! We just blew through those guys. What the hell? Oh, I know why. I know why we blew through them. Because somebody's got 2 weapons. We don't want to do that necessarily. Cool beans with all the sauerkraut. Let's do it. And we are on our way up north to do a thing. What we're actually looking for is on the other side of these mountains. We have a long walk. Uh-oh. Who are you? Oh, who are you? And what do you, oh, I see what you do.
Soldier.
Thunder! Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me.
Are you gonna make him thunderstruck?
But I didn't get time.
Nope, not. Didn't get time.
And no gil. Damn, what is it with the critters up on this side and being frickin' broke?
Oh, you ain't on the right side of the railroad tracks.
Apparently. Oh, look at that. I like this slot. I don't know why. Let's see what fire does in mass. Fire 2. Fire, 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 fire. Ah, whoa! I was not expecting
They're
that
not
much
very
reduction in the
strong.
population. Oh wow! Okay.
Not very strong.
Well, if you're using it, if you're using it across large areas, then you generally not. Not everybody's going to get the
No.
same.
No, I mean, like, looking at how little damage it took to kill them, they're not very strong.
No, they suck.
Vampire thorns? Wow. Somebody must have had a real issue with bushes.
I know, right? What's up with that? They look like roses with faces. And these are tougher than the ones down south. Much tougher.
Yeah, don't
actually.
say. The dangers of the bush down south.
Oh, oh, that's cold, dude. That is freaking cold.
You're the one who set that up.
I know, right? What's up with what's up with that, me? That went through a lot of entry points. I thought I saw a thing here. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I saw an airbush. I saw an airship go by. That was hilarious. Double check to make sure I did actually see that.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Interesting.
There's our nice new spell, Blizzard. Which is, I agree, a little unfortunate.
I won't make any more jokes on that front because that's just getting too cold.
Oh, you went there. You so went there.
That's ice of you.
Well, one good harassment deserves another.
I'm just gonna let this go. You guys have fun with that. Here is Salamand. So why does it seem like I should be? Yeah, notice the number of gil changes every time. All right. See how much cash. No, we don't have nearly enough cash. What the hell's up with that? Mace, longsword. We could do a longsword and a battle axe and a longbow. I think we're gonna go for. What do you want to do?
Bow. I say go for the bow.
Go with the bow.
Yep. I think there's too many monsters out there without an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, the obligatory Skyrim reference.
Well, at least you didn't string us along.
Switch that up for a longsword. Her bow becomes a longbow, which will do more. Which will do much more damage. Take the stick off. Go away. Okay. You need. Do I have any more bucklers? I do have one more buckler. You can't wear one anyway, silly bent. Because reasons.
You would think she would be able to because of the buckle her.
Ooh, don't go there.
I could go somewhere else completely different. Buckler, I don't even know her.
Oh. Very cold. Very cold. 5 and 5.
Or the
2
variation,
and 5.
or the variation on theme. Buckler damn near killed her.
Ooh. What? Oh, that's why I have 2 staves in. Always keep one of those. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna want one of those around for later. The bow can be killed, and that broadsword can be killed. Antidotes and eye drops.
You want to keep the antidote, I think.
Well, antidote I'm gonna want to keep no matter what. Eye drops will come in handy later. I don't have enough of anything to make it actually worth it, so we are out. There's the item shop, and the magic shop is over here. What do you have? Oh, magic shop of shops. Life for 1,000, sap, warp, and teleport. Or transport the party to the previous floor as opposed to teleport, which takes you out of the fucking dungeon. We are gonna need someone that has teleport. Reduces MP when used in battle. That's against the enemy, of course. I don't know, or is what? Huh?
Ooh, sap. Sap's nice, but you can't afford it.
I can't afford any of this right now.
No.
We must buy a copy of Life before we leave. That's just the way it's going to have to happen.
Yeah. But sap's a nice way to prolong a battle.
Yeah, especially when you're facing magic using beasts.
Yeah.
And who are you?
One question: since you played this before, do they use what system do they use? Because like sometimes when you have a game that has spells similar to sap, some games have it where the enemy just has infinite MP and you can just keep sapping like crazy. And some games use it where the enemies have actually a fixed amount of MP, which they technically don't use themselves, but it's as much as you can actually steal from an enemy. And there's actually even been a few that actually have the enemies use their own MP, so which is fun. Which those are fun because then you sap your enemy of MP, and then they sit there keep trying to cast spells, and they're just like don't have. And it keeps going. Don't have enough MP. You're just like ah.
Yeah, they got as close as possible. They got very close to the original experience, for lack of a better term. Why do I want to help them? Well, okay. Where? I don't know where the cave at Summit Falls is. It's between here and there somehow. But I can't get out of the back of the town.
The town is rear entry only, huh?
Now, you can only go in the front. I was hoping to get out the back, but that didn't work. I have to find the falls.
Ah. I would say those might be the falls.
Yeah, that's might be false.
Don't go chasing
Yeah.
him though.
Yeah.
Ow. Hey, you with the bow, knock it the fuck off. Stop attacking my bow mage. Die, beast. Wow, these guys actually. Wow, these guys are actually dishing
Oh.
that bow damage out. This makes them deadable, very very deadable.
Well, at least they had money.
A little. Then there's some more. Then in the item list they get even more. Okay, so that's
Wow.
the falls.
Ooh.
It's called a sprint.
Oh, wow. Well, it's definitely no Roadrunner.
Kind of looks like an oversized stork that needs to be banned in the beak. Squeak! Squeak. Where is this man? Where is this cave? I want the cave. I don't remember where the cave is. I don't. I wish I did.
Are you having trouble finding the hole?
If this were a golf game, I'd be boned.
Go with the hole.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wow, we are so getting demonetized this time.
You mean YouTube was paying you?
No, but they at least they tell me I have at least a couple more pennies on the list on an account every like 6 months or so. I upgraded your weapon. Why for your damage go down?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Unless
Oh,
there's
the cave.
levels, unless there's levels per weapon.
Maybe
Well,
it just
no,
wants
it's
to be-
actually by weapon
Maybe it just
type.
wants.
Yeah, weapon type. Yeah. Well, that's what I meant, but yeah.
Yeah, we're
Well, maybe
actually,
it wants to be
I
wind and
upgraded
dine
his
first,
weapon
you
from
know?
a sword to a sword.
Oh, okay.
Summit Falls, first basement level. Ooh, bush hams. It's not a bomb, it's a balloon, which is exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Fire. Magic. Thunder. Let's kill him with magic, because that sounds like fun. Because one of these two is going to wind up, one of these two is going to wind up forgetting. I'm gonna wind up forgetting cure. I don't know. I'm not sure which one though.
Hmm.
Wow, you're handy.
Boy,
That guy's gonna be pretty friggin' handy.
yeah.
The problem, of course, is we will find ourselves, if we do this wrong, we will find ourselves completely dependent on him later, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Not. Here we go. All done. More strength, another potion. Should have done better than that, actually.
Hmm.
What is that for? That leads to something. I don't know what it is. Ooh, Sasquatch! I told you they were real, Opal.
Oh wow, 3 Aaron Ross.
Oh! And it's not Aaron, it's Arid. He will tell you all about that when you make that mistake.
You mean like the people that have mistaken him for Bigfoot?
I think that's actually just one of those silly meme things.
No, that's a story. He said, you know, that's what he got mistaken for.
Is it a Sasquatch or is it Deity? I think that Tony Schiavone will get that joke. And those are the kind of people I love.
Now, here's a fun one for this mini map, which, mind you, is actually newish for this particular release. It'll also tell you where. Not only will it tell you where shops are, and other fun points of interest. It'll tell you where the chests are in the game too. So that's good.
Oh. Yeah.
And if you can get them all, there's an achievement for it.
Ooh, cool.
And why is?
Oh. Derpy got his shield up.
Yep. $200 gilli in that one. All right, moving right along. Let's see where we're at. Zop.
Whoa.
Okay, another one of these soldier types. We're trying to figure out exactly what he's allergic to, because he should be allergic to thunder, except that he doesn't seem to be.
Mm. Yeah.
Which is the thing I find properly terrifying.
Huh. Well, then he's obviously not wearing metal armor.
But look at him. He's wearing metal armor.
I know. You never know. It could be fake. Could
Garlic?
be wooden armor.
I don't use
Maybe just
garlic.
emphasizes
Oh,
armor.
look at that. They have a specific item for damaging undead things.
Ah, well at least we knew one thing about him. He had a fear of vampires.
No fear of the vampire. Okay.
Or the Reaper, for that matter.
So it would seem.
I don't think garlic really wards off reapers.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Captain Malcolm Reynolds about that.
Or Blue Oyster Cult.
Fire! That, of course, does more damage because in reasons, that's why. More garlic! Yay!
Oh, and in this game, can you cast Cure on the undead and hurt them?
Apparently not, since I don't think so. We haven't run into any yet, so
Oh.
there's not really a way to know for
Yeah.
a fact.
Yeah.
But my little brain says we shouldn't be able to do that because we have an item that damages undead.
Yeah.
So throwing a potion on undead things is probably not going to work.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering when that was introduced because I know in 4 you can do that.
You can do
So
it
I
in
was
6
wondering
too, but not in 1 or
Well.
2. I don't remember if you can do that in 3 or not. We'll have to check on that.
Yeah.
Thrifty Spender, it says. How much do we have? $19.99.
Ooh.
I was going the
One
other
more
way.
gill and you could afford 2 tomes.
2 spells, 2 copies of life. More hit points for Derpy. Fucking Derposaur. Okay, there is nothing over there. Cool. We're just gonna do this the other way because okay. It's the boss at the end of this dungeon that's going to be the pain in the ass. Because once again, our progression is not quite what it should be. You have to finish this dungeon to access the next dungeon.
Squirrel, are you trying to tell us you're not very progressive?
You're funny. And it's not and the type of progressive you're talking about isn't progressive; it's regressive. That's right, SJW-looking things. You attack. Magic. Thunder, like so. Defend. And magic. Cure all. There we go. Well, I was about as useful as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Okay, moving around. All right. As you can see, he's a very experienced creature, but the actual, I don't know what the upper limit is for spells. What I do know is it's 1 magic point for every level of the spell. So Cure 7 costs 7 MP. What would I love to cut? I should probably, honestly, I should probably, if I can, I should find a way to make these encounters a little less frequent. Hi, Drops. Okay. So what are we thinking of the game so far?
Yeah, I mean, the way it looks good. I think, as you said, yeah, the leveling system would probably get a little annoying.
A little. That I've been trying to do this for a long time now, and I honestly, a little annoying would be kind of like being a little pregnant. Where you either,
Well,
or some other situation, or like Cuomo telling just a little bit of the truth.
Well, I was trying to be a little bit polite.
Cuomo and the tiny
Diplomatic.
lie. Yeah, there we go. Let's go with that.
But for a retouch up of a retro game, it looks good.
It does, actually. I agree. Here's the problem. We have to actually go back because we cannot save in here. And we are running short on time.
So there's no saving you, huh?
Not at the moment, there's
You're a
not.
lost cause.
I actually find that there is something I'm finding mildly entertaining here.
What?
Somehow or another, somebody's bow skills are not improving. And actually, weapon skills don't seem to be able to make it to 4.
Well, you're just not hitting it hard enough then.
4!
You're funny. Fire has now leveled up. And more garlic.
Well, you shouldn't use iron. You should use a wood.
No pitching. No pitching. Wedge. All right. Wedge is not allowed to pitch.
Well, you know, depends on whether you want to be the catcher or not.
Oh.
You know, catch your coof.
Not judging. Not judging.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I always thought Sprinter was a rat.
No, that's Splinter.
Oh, okay.
Plus TMNT. All right, let's go ahead and save here because reasons. Okay, so if we ever come back to this game, which is the likelihood of which is completely unknown, we will come back and go back and start and tackle that dungeon one more time. Only this time we'll be doing it early, so we have a chance of getting to the next segment. But here we have Final Fantasy II. The question, does it suck?
Yes.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I
and
appreciate...
It kind of blows.
Yeah, I appreciate that they tried to do something different, completely different, something that was actually innovative for its time, and that they added a significant amount of story, not just point you in the right direction if you talk to the right people, if and only if you talk to the right people. But they actually did some world building before they got started, and I can't really complain about that, but. Like most of the folks that were reviewing the various re-releases pointed out, the leveling system is a hot mess. It's a hot mess and cold. It's hot mess and cold fun. How's that?
Yeah, I would say that's the only thing that hurts it. You know, I mean, everything else looks nice in it. The story's decent. As you said, yeah, it's got world building and stuff. But
if they'd left a leveling system from Final Fantasy, they would have been fine. This would have been a more solid entry into this particular franchise. And a lot of people actually liked it. I don't get those people. I think they're insane or masochistic, one or the other, and it really doesn't matter which. Beyond that, nah. I mean, the combat itself hasn't changed. It really hasn't, and it really wasn't bad to begin with. Final Fantasy III has the same combat style. We don't get the ATB until Final Fantasy IV, which they're not releasing for a while. That being said, I have the 3D version of Final Fantasy IV, so if we want to go through all 6 games, we can do that. although the most recent re-release of Final Fantasy V made me want to climb the fucking walls.
Oh.
It's that they actually got that stylized art style that they pulled out, that they put in the art book for Final Fantasy VI. It was duplicated across. It was duplicated across the most recent 2D versions of 4, 5, and 6, and it breaks everything.
Oh.
Okay. Looking at the characters, the little characters that are running around on screen, and then they start talking, and you see this piece of artwork. You're like, no. I get it. I know why you did that, but no, go away, poof. And that's actually why I'm actually kind of looking forward to the pixel remakes of 4, 5, and 6. I mean, 4 didn't get it not quite so bad, and they're not putting back. But 5 had some extra content that is not going to wind up back in the next game. Excuse me, the next iteration. 6 was packed with more content than it really had space for. To such a degree that that the cartridges were glitchy. Especially
I never had problems with 6.
I had problems with 6 of the Phoenix Cave. It was kind of annoying. The graphics would corrupt and it would become completely unplayable.
Oh, I never had that problem.
You'd have to turn it off and then you'd have to turn the machine off and restart it and hope like hell that your last save was actually at a spot where you could get to shit. And that the glitch didn't happen a second time. It was an intermittent thing, but it was still irritating as fuck. I've since played 6 in a couple different forms. In my opinion, the best version of 6 was actually the one they released for PlayStation, because that shit actually worked. They had space and such to do all the things. It was and it was good.
Cool.
We don't talk about what they did to Final Fantasy VII. That was kind of annoying too.
Like Fight Club.
We don't talk about Final Fantasy VII, except when we do.
Yeah.
The first rule of Fight Club: you don't talk about Fight Club. And there has not been a single entry in the chat forever. Wow, I'm impressed. More than an hour and a half ago. All right.
Well, I filled it up, so.
Yeah, I don't want that one. Which one do I want? No. Yeah, we'll go with Alex Jones because
And only because they made him right.
Chemicals in water that turn the freaking frogs gay. Love that meme. The worst part is he actually said that shit.
Yeah.
So they actually. The other meme I liked a lot was Alex Jones is Doom Guy. Because that was hilarious. It's like a 4-minute. It was just a couple minutes of video. I'll cut and paste it together. But damn, that was some shit. All right.
Well,
So, I don't have a vote from Sanji as to whether or not it sucks. But I don't think Sanji.
I did say it sucked.
Oh, okay. Oh, you right. That's right. I did hear you say that, didn't I? That's me being silly. All right. So, I think that's going to about do it for us today. I think we're probably going to be coming back to the original version of Final Fantasy III come Saturday. Does that sound about right, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Unless
It
we have
does.
unless we have something that votes better. I will say a thing about Final Fantasy III, however. Final Fantasy III for the NES was not very story heavy. They skipped a good chunk of that. When they re-released it for 3DS and Vita, they shifted to 3D models, and you actually had to build up. You had to build up your party across the first island, which I thought was much better. They each had individual personalities and they'd sit and talk amongst. You could actually get them to talk amongst themselves. This is actually the first Final Fantasy II. In fact, it's the first game in which the Chocobo appears as an enemy. Later on, it becomes the Chocobo we all know and love.
Birdie.
Birdie. Yep, writing birds, because we don't have enough uses. We do not have enough uses for dinosaurs in video games yet. All right then. So don't forget to do all the YouTubey things, like and comment and subscribe and share to all the social medias, plus a few places if you can. Tell all your family and friends that we do cool shit here and make lots of really interesting innuendo, which apparently doesn't do much in terms of triggering the algorithm. Although I have had a couple of videos age restricted recently. Can't imagine why, because they were one of them was older. They were both older, but one of them was an edited video I did fucking 5-6 years ago, six plus years ago. And the other was a live stream on a game that contained a game called Bloody Boobs. I wonder why that got nailed.
Well, the funny part, obviously.
Not a clue.
Obviously, you know.
Mind you, the other
Must
one
be-
that got the
must
other
be
one that
your
got
problem.
the other one that got age restricted featured a young lady in a bikini sitting poolside.
Oh wow! Oh, how dare you, squirrel!
How dare I? Yes. How dare I give her something bigger than a not a cup? Doesn't even qualify for it. Because of course Shira is Netflix Shira is completely acceptable, but a properly well endowed woman is not. Rawr. Just rawr. All right.
Whoa.
So we've had a very good. We haven't had. It seems like we've had a halfway decent day in terms of internet, but it is but unfortunately it is time. We must go now. All right then. So between now and the next time we see you, be safe. Be sane.
And let's make games awesome again.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that today. All right, folks.
Yeah.
Seizure.
Later.
This is my opinion of your opinion. We actually dropped almost 6,200 frames during the stream. That's not good. Considering the average
I
is
didn't.
a quarter of that
I
or less.
I was keeping an eye on the stream and I didn't see anything.
Well, maybe that was the 2.8% of frames that weren't actually being transmitted anyway. Or there were enough other frames already transmitted that it wasn't a problem.
Well, I might have missed one because my stream, I just noticed the stream is a tiny bit behind, but what it should be, but so maybe, but I didn't see any pausing.
What's a tiny bit?
Just like a second or two
Yeah,
behind the
well,
live status.
This would be more than this would be well over 10 minutes. Almost
yeah,
20
no, I
as a
haven't
matter of
seen
fact.
anything like that.
Well, no, maybe not that long.
Unless it,
6,193 frames? That's a lot.
unless
Especially when we're broadcasting at 30.
unless it happened specifically when I A went to Parliament and B went to Sacco's, I didn't really notice anything significant. So
I don't know what happened, but we're over it now. We are so beyond over that now.
Yeah.
All right. That should be long enough.
that.
Wait.